1 inch network. So 1 inch network is just one of the finest DeFi sort of solutions that we've seen in a while, a DEX aggregator, something that has really provided a lot of people with the opportunity to just sort of get the best price action when doing trades on DEXs. They've grown really well over the past couple of years. They have made 1 inch into a legitimate solution that millions of trades go through. I want to take a look at what 1 inch can hit in price in the next bull cycle. Before I get into that though, guys, if you're new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. And in the videos, I showed everyone that I was buying up all of these coins because I expected them to have big profits. And guys, you can see what the prices of all these coins were. When I recorded my videos, you can see the highs these coins hit little less than a year and a half on. And what the profit would have been if you'd popped $100 into each one. And if you had, if you'd popped $100 into every single one, that's $2,600 investment. Your net profit off of that, selling a year and a half later, would have been over 123 grand. To put into context, if you'd done a tenner into each one, that'd have been $260 investment. That would have got you $12,300. If you'd put 1,000 into each one, that's $26,000 investment, but that would have netted you 1.23 million, which is pretty good. Now, I sold all of these. Since the market's crashed, I've been buying up new cryptos and I continue to do so. Anytime I find a coin that I really like, that I think has big profit potential, I jump onto my site, which is copymycrypto.com, and I let my members know about the coin that I'm interested in buying, what kind of profits I think it can have, and what percentage of my money I'm putting in. So the members can literally copy along. There's actually no work for the members whatsoever. The reason that we have thousands of members is because we've picked so many good winners, like Phantom. Phantom went up nearly 700 times from when I called it the best investment of 2020. Now, if you're interested in seeing what Copy My Crypto is, there's a link in the description. Go to the site, check out everything on the site, see what the members have earned, watch the videos, see what I've said in the past, and then what ended up happening. All of it's not only public record, it's historical record. You can verify everything you read. And if at the end you like what you see, maybe you'll join and I'll see you there, guys. So 1 inch network. Now, 1 inch hit pretty damn good heights of around like $7. In fact, I think the all-time high, $7.87, so pretty damn good. And if you're unfamiliar, this is actually really heavily backed. Now, granted, Alameda is one of the backers, and obviously they're bankrupt. Obviously, Celsius have a set of holdings of 1 inch, and obviously they're in the bankruptcy process. But it's also backed by Binance, it's also backed by blockchain, it's also backed by Dragonfly and Fabric and Parafy and Spartan Group. Heavily backed crypto. And 1 inch is a network that unites all decentralized protocols. So its first protocol was as a DEX aggregator solution. So that meant that anyone that wanted to search a potential trade, they'd search it on 1 inch, and 1 inch would scour through all the DEXs and find the best possible price action for you so that you would get the most tokens in your trade. Brilliant concept. And in just over 2 years, 1 inch, the DEX aggregator reached over 1 million users, surpassed over $150 billion in overall volume on just the Ethereum network. And over the past few years, it's obviously integrated all the chains that it can. Now we've got on 1 inch Ethereum, BNB chain, Polygon, Avalanche, Optimistic, Ethereum, or we should just call that Optimism really, Arbitrum, Phantom, the Genesis chain, Clayton, and Aurora. They continue to really grow this so that it can be the go-to place for anyone that wants to use a DEX. Now guys, actually speaking of DEXs, so shout out to Fluid Trade, the sponsor. Fluid Trade have launched and they've created what is a Telegram bot that will allow you to make trades in seconds. And they've just announced the launch went really well. I think it like 5-6x off of launch. They've actually released information about their revenue structure for holders. So basically what will happen is if you are a holder and you have to have a minimum, I believe, of 500 Fluid tokens in your account, when people begin to use the the Fluid token product, which is going to be launched at the beginning of next week or at some point next week. Anyone that's holding Fluid tokens of 500 or more will get a revenue share based on the amount of based on a share cut of all the trades that are happening. They are looking at nailing down the perpetuals market. Now, the perpetuals market, I've always said, is going to be one of the biggest growth sectors within crypto. You look at the actual perpetuals market in the traditional markets, is absolutely staggeringly high. Crypto market is well behind that. It's got to be a huge growth sector. So this is a perfect opportunity to use a product that's going to allow you to do a very fast and quick and efficient trade, all through Telegram. And as you can see from the site, they talk about how the asset work, or how the product will work. You'll be able to long a particular market. You'll be able to do a limit long, or you'll be able to do a market short, or a limit short, all through the Telegram bot. And it's going to initially launch via Ethereum and then Arbitrum. But it gives people the opportunity to really do trades very, 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 very efficiently. And the way the revenue share will work is token holders will receive 50% of the trading fee distribution, and the tax distribution, which is, there's a 5% tax, token holders will receive 40% of that. So again, very nice way for people to earn capital. And when the beta product launches next week, I would expect this is going to probably ramp up very, very nicely in price. So something that you guys will want to pay attention to. So back to 1inch. Now, 1inch, they've got the aggregation protocol, they've got the limit order protocol. Now, I personally love a limit order protocol on a DEX. I think it's a really nice way of bringing that sort of the beauty of what a centralized exchange can do into the DEXs. And also, guys, we've got to remember as well, within the last few years, we have seen so many things go wrong in centralized exchanges, whether that's Celsius, which technically had an exchange, whether that's BlockFi, which obviously I don't think it did, Voyager did, FTX did. A lot of people got burned by centralized exchanges. I think DEXs are going to be somewhere that people flood to. There's now over 10 million total wallets that have integrated with, that have used 1inch. There's been over $365 billion worth of volume, over 59 million trades. And again, like I said, integrated with absolutely everything. They've actually introduced ZK Sync and Base as some of the networks as well. So they have really blown this into a huge, huge product. And if you check out the DApp, what you'll be able to see is how easy and seamless it is. And it really is one of the nicest, easiest platforms to use. So say, I don't know why it says that. Anyway, so if you're just doing a standard trade, this is very similar to anything. Like if you've used Uniswap, you know how these trade features work. Couldn't be more simple. And this is obviously on the Polygon network, so you could switch to the BNB, you could switch to any network really very, very easily. And then you've got the limit order feature. Now the limit order feature I again really like. Obviously I'm not connected to my wallet, but if the limit order was to be shown, you'll be able to see exactly what the current price points are and what the active orders are as of right now. Then they've got some really cool earn strategies as well. These earn strategies are a really nice way to try and boost your overall holdings. So this is a Turbo ETH one. So 22.9 wrapped Ethereum is staked. The strike price is about $2,000. When it hits, you know, you're looking at a pool APR of like 8.25%. So basically, this is a rebalance mechanism. So you're staking during the pending phase, and your wrapped Ethereum will stay on the Opium relayer contract. By scheduling stake, you give permission to the relayer to automatically move your tokens into the pool as soon as the rebalancing phase starts. We have seen these play out a couple of times. Stake withdraw, rebalance, and the pool utilization was about 9.8%. The APR was around 8.25%. So the next rebalancing is in a couple of days, a nice way to strengthen your Ethereum holdings. They've obviously introduced all the bridges. They've integrated all the bridges onto 1inch. So it's pretty goddamn seamless if you wanted to switch between something. So say I wanted to switch between Polygon Bridge, and I wanted to go, so this is getting started with the Polygon suite. So obviously I'd have to connect to my wallet. And then again, very, very simple swap features. And you can do that with absolutely anything. Say it was the BNB chain bridge. This would take me to Sealer's network. The Optimism have their own bridge. So do Arbitrum, so do Genesis. AVAX have their own as well. Phantom don't have their own, but this would take you to the Sealer network. Clayton have their own. Aurora have their own, I think. Rainbow Bridge. ZK Sync have their own bridge, and Base have their own. So again, but integrated straight in, so people can just get on with what they want to get on with. Then you've got the DAO info. So to access the 1inch DAO, you have to switch to the Ethereum network. So if we just do a quick switch, and then from there, we should be able to click the DAO. So this doesn't match the network selected in wallet. Ugh, God, silly. But yeah, again, I mean, you know what I like about this, honestly? It's just cool. It's really simple. It's really straightforward. Having the aggregator, having the ability to literally trawl through every possible DEX to find the best possible price is a beautiful and clever product. It genuinely is going to help a lot of people get the best price action. I'm actually unsure with regards to 1inch in terms of what it can hit, just only on the basis that it's going to depend on how overall DEXs do. My honest instinct is 1inch should absolutely crush its previous high, which was about, like I said, $7.87, right? And honestly, it should be like a $10 coin. Why shouldn't it have a market cap of $10 billion or $15 billion? It's the amount of throughput that the 1inch experiences on a daily basis is staggering. I'm only going to conservatively say $4 right now, because you got to also bear in mind, if that was to hit $10, we're looking at like a 40x. That's quite a massive gain, but it should be around that. I mean, realistically, it should be. I'm conservatively saying $4 is the least that I think it will hit. But guys, make no mistake about it. This should be a $10 coin. This should be even more, because again, it's just the go-to solution for anyone that wants to use DeFi. Anyone that wants to make a trade, use 1inch. It will find you the best price option. And obviously, if you're using the 1inch, if you have the 1inch token as well, there's benefits to doing that as well. Plus, their own strategies are very, very different, very, very cool. The team have done staggering work in a very short space of time. I think 1inch is a winner, a certain winner in the next bull cycle. The question is how high? It genuinely wouldn't shock me to see this hit $20 or $25. Because I just think the amount of volume that's going to come through 1inch throughout the next bull cycle is going to be huge. So it genuinely wouldn't be a surprise. I'm conservatively going $4 right now, but I do need to run through all the most recent network statistics to really get a full evaluation of if they are seeing steady growth. If they are, then I'll reevaluate and I'll change my prediction. Guys, if you just want to take the work out of your crypto investing, if you want to make the same profits I do except do no work whatsoever, that's what copymycrypto.com is. There is a link in the description. Go to copymycrypto.com, check it all out, have a look at what the members have earned, have a look at what I've said in the past, have a look at what ended up happening. You can Google all of that as well as verify it on the YouTube channel. And if at the end of doing all of that, you like what you see, then maybe you'll join. There's no obligation to buy, of course. But at the very least, go look at it, go read through it all. Because like I said, copymycrypto.com is where I do all the work. I dive into the markets. I find the coins that are winners, like I did with Phantom, when no other crypto YouTuber was talking about Phantom, and I get in on it. And when I do, the members can copy along. There is literally no work for the members. So again, if that sounds good to you, check the site out. There's a link in the description, guys. All right, that's it from me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.